1967 Ludwig Super Classic and Sky Blue Pearl Keystone kit. Chrome over steel hardware. Consolette with the ratchet. It's actually been relocated. You can see there was extra holes there when it was mounted there before. It looks like it was moved back to the stock spot. There's an inlay on the hoop that's been repainted. Of course, 13, 16, 22. Right now it's sitting with my pre-serial Super Phonic. It's actually ludalloy. It is not a brass version. I don't know if you can see or not, but it does have the crimped snare beds, even though it does not have, you can't really see it in there, even though it has the crimped snare beds, it is not chrome over brass. So your chances of finding a chrome over brass are even slimmer than you thought. You can really tell the difference once you actually physically pick them up. If you have one next to the other, brass is much heavier, as most of you know. This kit's wearing my 2002s. I got a couple black labels, crashes, 15-inch sound edge hi-hats, 20-inch power ride from the 80s, and then I also have a 18 China type and a 2000 from the 80s China type 18. So kind of my Alex Van Halen cymbal set. Big old crashes. Nice ride. One of the best rides I've ever owned. The bell is very piercing. I've got it set up with modern hardware right now. It's going all modular right now, so it's not really a, just this is exactly how I bought it, just the shell set, and I'm setting it up with some hardware so you can hear it. I've got the A's on the heads, the vintage, and regular ambassadors on the bottom. That's how it was when I got it. Power Stroke 3 on the kick, backside, so it's kind of cheating the muffling, but I really like those heads anyway. And white baseball bat mufflers on the floor tom, and the snare drum, which I already had, is pre-serial. It's got red felt, which is, I think, is a lot cooler looking. But everybody has their likes and dislikes. Chrome's in decent shape. Bottom rims are replacement, so the inside of the shells are kind of chippy. But I like it for an unrestored kit. I mean, I guess if you call putting bottoms on a drum set restoring it, that's what's basically happened to it. It was probably rocked all through the 70s and 80s with the bottoms off. Mounted up here in the little holder that I fabricated, and I'll let you hear some stuff, especially the cymbals. The first chance I got to have to show off the cymbals. So, and my Super. I call it Super or Supra, whatever you want to say. So, it's in a little low here. Okay. So first up, with the snare off, I'll let you hear the toms. Got the 9x13. No muffle. Get a little bit of vibration through the consolette. And actually, probably the baseball bat seems a little loose too. I haven't really done anything to this kit yet since I bought it. Bass drum anchor too. I'll check that out. 16x16. Muffle. No muffle. 14x22 kick. That power stroke kind of muting it out makes it a lot crazier sounding. A bass drum anchor off is rattling. Maybe not. I don't want to yank it off. I'm already slamming my tom into the snare. My snare, like I said, ludalloy, is actually got a zinc die-cast hoop on it. I have used this as my main snare for almost about as long as I've been playing. I love this snare drum. It's no mute. That's how I usually play it. I usually do, probably see the Yamahas in the back. I use this snare with those kits too. Like big 18x24 Turbo Tour Custom, or 18x22 that you see right there. with this snare, it's just slamming. So I'm a big fan of the deep kicks, big ones, and tightly tuned metal snare. Nice tight sound. Get through the cymbals now. 18. This one's got a crack. This one has some keyholing before I ever got them. This one actually sounds better. The other 18. The keyhole just killed the tone on that. 15-inch sound edge. Uh, 20-inch power ride, my favorite ride. Cuts through just about anything. Has the same sound. I don't know if you guys listen to Kiss at all, but there's a track, Car Jam 81, and it sounds just like that bell that he's playing on that kit. Okay, and then of course my really old Black Beauty with the things threaded in. I love this cowbell. Play a little just so you can get an idea how the kit sounds. I'm going to kind of mute it up a little bit because the snare drum kills. Everything's probably taxing that mic.